What up, G Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like and are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you share and all that good stuff, and check out my second channel, Man in Society, where we talk about stuff outside of the streets. Now, what I wanted to talk about was, for the past days already, I've been getting asked about what are my thoughts between the whole Spider Loke and Mr. Criminal thing that has made its way around, YouTube. Right, the disagreement that they had, and all that, right? Overall, I can't really say, all too much, because this is between Mr. Criminal and Spider Loke. This has nothing to do with the Raza or Homeboys or anybody outside of them too, because it seems Mr. Criminal may have took offense to something that Spider Loke has said, maybe particularly maybe about their overall working together. That's the only thing I could think of why Mr. Criminal took it offensively, like how he took it, where, Haters World, on his interview on Spider Loke, he said, he said that Mr. Criminal has paid him to come out in a feature for him. Now, would he pay Mr. Criminal for him to feature him? And he said no, because he felt at the time that lyrically he just wasn't, and it wasn't beneficial or something like that to something around those lines, right? So maybe he took offense to that, right? What the comment that he had said, because overall, I felt like what Spider Loke said about overall why doesn't the Raza, why doesn't the blacks feature the Raza and stuff like that, I didn't feel like he said anything offensive, you know what I mean? Because look, people have pride in our cultura, they have pride in what we do, and and all that, right? But unfortunately, Chicano rap has been given a bad name by a lot of people who didn't understand music, right? Overall, back then there was a lot of good Chicano rappers, but there was a lot of garbage ones too, and even I could say that, right? Because the reason I felt like they were garbage is because they weren't looking to do music for the love of music. They were looking to do music because they wanted to get money. They were thinking about the money. And when your priority is the money, and when the money comes first and the music comes second, then your music is going to be garbage. The music has to come first. If it's your passion, your craft, if it's what you like to do and love to do, then of course it'll bang. But if you just want a way to get money easily, then of course your music's going to be trash, because you're not going to put that effort into your music. You're just going to put, the bare minimum, if it's passable, and then try to sell that just to get some easy bucks, And a lot of artists were doing that, right? But then again, the decline of Chicano rap, or the non-success that it has also has to do with people rushing to conclusions, right? People judging without knowing, right? A lot of people say Chicano rap sucks when they don't hear Chicano rap. A lot of people say, nah, Chicano rap is whack, or nah, they don't even care to give it a chance, because Chicano rap has this stigma where it's garbage, right? And not just by blacks who think this, trust me, when we kick it in the hood amongst homeboys and everything like that, and we put on some Chicano rap, homies right off the bat, they shut it off, like, take that whack shit off, or nobody wants to hear that whack shit. A lot of homies say that too. It's not just here on YouTube that people think that the homies see it this way or behave in this manner because they're hating. Nah, if you're from the streets, my boy, and if you hang out with homeboys, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? A lot of homies don't bump Chicano rap. A lot of homies weren't trying to hear that from the hoods, and then a lot of fools were throwing their neighborhoods, and certain vitals beefing with certain vitals, and they're not trying to bump that, my boy. I know that Crips and Bloods, their relationship's a little bit different. Not all of them, right? But they don't have like, they're willing to put differences aside, while Hispanic gangs, we tend to not really put nothing aside. You know what I mean? We tend to kind of just hold these grudges, and we're pretty strict on them, because our program's a little bit more stricter, right? Not to say that no blacks have strict programs, or that they'll let stuff like that pass. I'm saying in overall, more likely, Raza's not just trying to hear that, Um, so, it had a lot of flaws to it, because a lot of homies didn't understand the music side to Chicano rap or to music in general, right? A lot of rappers were not keeping up with the beat. A lot of people were just not using original beats. A lot of people were trying to remix oldies or classic rolas and just fucking them up. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's nothing wrong with the rola, the original. Then why are you gonna try to redo it? You can't make it better, right? Because it's already perfect as it is. So you're only gonna most likely fuck it up. Um, but see, that was a cash scheme, right? We'll use a beat that the people already love, and just now, to try to get some money. And see, that's the problem that I talk about when you try to just, try to pull money out of people. You know what I mean? That they're most likely not gonna give it up. Um, because you have to come with some originality and especially to these people who are looking to sign you, right? They need to see something that in which you stand out for. But if your rapping skills are not really there, and to top it off, you're just jacking somebody's beat, then then you're not giving them something in order for them to sign you, on. um Overall, I think that there was a lot of flaws because we didn't understand the business side to it. We didn't understand the music side to it. There was a lot of things that we just didn't understand, right? And nobody was looking to learn because at the same time, Vatos were really from the streets. And so they were like half in, half out, right? They weren't really fully 100% committed, right? Because they were still in their neighborhoods and getting busted and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? That all plays a factor as well, you know? So there was a lot of things wrong. So I feel like overall, the stigma and just the lack of knowledge that we had, I think that there was just a bunch of different factors that play into why Chicano rap, didn't blow up. Now, obviously, it's starting to, pick up steam and stuff like that because now, people are understanding the business side to it, and now, social media made it a lot easier for you to brand yourself. So, now it's, starting to, get better or whatever. But overall, I didn't feel like he was trying to offend the raza. You know what I mean? In my personal opinion, right? When it comes to Spider Loc, I wasn't offended. And this is not a raza thing or a homeboy thing versus Spider Loc. This is between Spider Loc and Mr. Criminal, and that's it. Nobody else should be meddling in or getting involved or even voicing some kind of discomfort or aggression. You know what I mean? Because this is not your battle. This is not your fight. This is not your beef. This is a disagreement between these two individuals, and that's it. You know. And we were chopping it up. I was chopping it up with the homies, right? And yeah, they seen it the same way. Yeah, nobody should be getting mad. This is nobody's battle besides them two. Homies from the streets understand that. We know what it is. You know what I mean? Now if somebody try to pull somebody else into it or make it bigger than what it is, it's ridiculous. It's like, why this is not your battle? It's not your beef. Why are you getting involved? And that's how a lot of homies feel. We understand. We know what it is. Like, I know that the YouTube and the internet plays this illusion that we're all on the same page or that that homies actually give a damn about what's happening on the internet when barrios have their own pedos and their own dramas and homies have their own shits going on to be worrying about something that's happening on the internet between two artists. You know what I mean? But see, a lot of people try to play those cards, when they come on the internet, they try to get other groups involved. I'm not saying, like any of them two are trying to get their groups involved or nothing like that. I'm saying overall, the people in the comments, right, in general, try to involve other things. And it's like, you can tell who's from the streets just by reading the comments. You can tell who's from the streets and who's not. Like, who's just full of it in the comments, like when they try to involve other big groups, like, oh, he don't want this and this, coming after him, or, man, I'm going to roll up with the homie. Like, man, dog, if you roll up to your barrio and you bring this up to the homies about some shit like this, man, you'll probably get a beat down for coming with these shenanigans. Homies gonna be like, what about the fools that just came dumping last night, or the vatos, the enemies that just smoked the homie, and you want to waste your time on this or get the payback on this instead of the actual barrio and actually shit that's happening with our side. They're gonna boop bop you. And then I'm just being real, bro. If I'm just right there chilling and homies come at me with some internet stuff and it's like, what the fuck? Like, when we got real neighborhood shit happening, well, that's some clown shit, I'm just being one hundo. Um, oh, and I had also gotten asked about what is my thoughts on, a haters world and people, what they're saying about podcasters and everything like that. Look, everybody on here has the right to voice their opinion. Nobody is the voice of nothing. I have even said this on a prior video. I said about American Cholo, I said, if you want to view American Cholo or Haters World or Tony A or any of these other channels, if you want to view them as the voice or the speaker of the raza or the speaker for their side or whatever, you're entitled to view somebody however you want. If you want to see them as the voice of the people, then to you, that's what he is. If you say that he's not the voice for the people, then to you, he's not the voice of the people. People could view people however they fucking choose in this goddamn world, But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it is, you know what I mean? And he said it himself, he's not looking to be the speaker, and I never heard him once say that he's the speaker for it. Now, you maybe not like how he conducts himself or he conducts his podcast or stuff like that, and I understand that, right? Some people are going to like some people are not going to like some people. But the thing is that YouTube and channels are optional, so if you're not digging somebody's style or overall, stilo, how they, express themselves, then no one's holding you down. You can just go, exit the video and go to a different, video and just not watch that channel. No one's forcing you to watch anything. You know what I mean? All these channels are optional. So if you want to stay and listen, you can stay and listen. You want to, say that this was worthless, and then you go watch another channel. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's really that easy. You know what I mean? But overall, I never heard him say that he's the voice, whatever, because people on here don't speak for everybody, don't speak for the raza, and don't speak for their groups or gangs, whatever. All people could do right here is just voice and speak for themselves. That's it. Give their perspectives, their opinions, but that's it. It seems that other people or people in the comments, they make people or they put words in people's mouths like, this fool thinks he's this or he thinks he's that. Like, because I get that too. And it's like, bro, I only give my opinions, dog. Like, don't let my opinions get you so worked up, because, I mean, these are just my opinions. I'm not saying that I'm right and you're wrong. I'm just giving my overall perspective in my opinion, what I think. You could have what you think, and I could have what I think. Like Friedrich Nietzsche said, you have your way, I have my way, for the right way does not exist. But overall, what do you guys think? Leave your opinions in the comments. M. Shadow, we out.